Threes are the small forwards on the floor right now. That's Damian James of Texas. He averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds. Second year in a row he's averaged a double-double. He was in this camp or combine last year, as was Luke Herringody, Donnie Lawal, Rivas Vasquez. But getting back to Damian James, Chad, he had an unimpressive combine here last year. But again, back-to-back years, double-double guy, and you said during the workouts he's been attacking everything.
Well, he's not a skills guy, right? So in an environment like this, he's not going to show as well as some of these other guys. He's not going to look like Paul George. He's actually been working out with Paul George in L.A.
Yeah, he certainly helped himself by getting the information last year, absorbing it and going back. A lot of guys, their egos, get hurt, and they want to continue to try to prove people wrong. But I agree with you, Chad. He is a power forward in a small forward's body. He's just grouped with the small forwards. He's the kind of guy that if you like him and he improves certain skills, which I'm sure he will with time, you just want him on the floor. He's a basketball player. You don't want to characterize him in one position or another.
I think he has improved tremendously from last year. I remember 2.5 years ago, I was in Houston with John Lucas, and we were watching him work out. And it was the first time he was actually moving away from the basket, moving away from being a power forward, trying to put the ball down the ground, make decisions off the dribble, work on his perimeter jump shot. And I think at times last year, we saw him trying to be so much of a guard that he lost some of his down-low attributes, some of the things he was really good at. I think this year was the first year I saw him mix it up. If he had a smaller guy on him, he would take him to the post. If he had a bigger guy on him, he could take him on the outside and the perimeter, utilize that dribble. I still think he is raw as far as some skills, but I think he has a huge upside. And the kid has a demeanor of being somebody who wants to dominate every possession.
That's why you want him on the floor. You got to get him in the game.
And you compare him to, I just want to note, a guy that we did note who's not here, and that's Washington's Quincy Pondexter. Another senior who had a big year. He actually declined an invitation to the camp. I was just talking to Andy Katz at the break, who talked to Romo, who said that he decided not to come here and show up. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
No, not at all.
Here's a guy who did have a good senior season. Quincy Pondexter's improved. But how do you not come out here and compete and show that I'm better than a Damian James or a Stanley Robinson? I mean, these guys here are his competition in the first round, and he's not here.
Lorenzo Romar has a great grasp of the game. He's obviously an outstanding coach, but I don't know, maybe he's listening to some of these folks out there trying to play some gamesmanship. This is not the time for gamesmanship. When you're outside of the first round, you want to do everything you can to get on that radar screen.
And guys, who are you really competing against? I mean, you might go a one-on-one drill on a closeout drill. The only person you're really competing against is yourself throughout drills. So I don't understand why a guy like that, who has so much to prove and so much upside, why you wouldn't take every given opportunity that you have to increase your draft stats.
Because I understood in the past when it was the 5-on-5, you feared injury. Where guys, but this, I mean, you're shooting, you're doing footwork, you're getting taught. And so you're competing against yourself. So to me, it's foolish not to even come. I mean, I would love it for John Wall to say, you know what, I'm coming just I know I'm number one. I'm going to come to work out because I like basketball.
But I fear in this case, this might be out of sight, out of mind for Quincy Pondexter.
Yeah, he was for me. I didn't even notice he wasn't on the list, and that's a problem. If I don't notice it, that's a problem.
We're at the 2010 NBA Draft Combine in Chicago, Illinois at the Attack Athletics Training Center. Mike Gleason along with Jay Williams, a two-time National Player of the Year, the second overall pick in the 2002 draft. Billy King, a captain of that 1988 Duke team, went to the Final Four. The former president, general manager of the Philadelphia 76ers. Len Elmore was a first-round pick in the NBA and ABA draft when he came out of Maryland. Chad Ford from ESPN.com. And Andy Katz is here as well in Chicago, and he's standing by right now with Lance Stevenson of the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Of Cincinnati and Lance, I think